Okay, so in this video, we're going to use that same anatomical right arm model, and we're going to go through the forearm and wrist muscles that we need to know. So we're going to start with this muscle here. So remember, this was that biceps brachii, starting just above the elbow joint and coming across the elbow joint down the radial side of the forearm, which is along the thumb side. This muscle right here is called brachioradialis. Brachio because it starts on the arm above the elbow. Radialis, named for the location that's coming down the radial side of the forearm. Then you're going to have two sets of muscles, flexors and extensors. Always remember, flexors face forward in anatomical position when we're talking about the arm, and extensors are on the posterior side of the forearm. Now, that'll be different when we talk about the leg, but for right now, forward-facing flexors is true for the forearm. So if we start with brachioradialis, which is right here, this muscle just lateral to it with this long skinny tendon, you can see that long skinny tendon right there, this muscle right here, Extensor Carpi radialis longus. Extensor, because it's on the back side, it extends the forearm, long tendon, therefore longus, and again comes down the radialis side and across the carpal bone. So Extensor Carpi radialis longus, look for the long tendon. Right next to it, this muscle right there, short tendon, Extensor Carpi radialis brevis. So Extensor Carpi radialis longus, Extensor Carpi radialis brevis. If we keep moving backwards from there, next you're going to have Extensor Digitorum. So this long muscle right in the middle of the back of the hand. And if you notice when it comes down here, this muscle belly splits into 1, 2, 3 tendons. It extends digits 2, 3, and 4. Extensor Digitorum. Okay, so no brevis, no longus, just Extensor Digitorum. Moving left from there, we're going to hit this muscle right here. So notice there's one muscle in between that we don't talk about right there, but this next muscle right there, Extensor Carpi Ulnaris. Now we're on the ulnar side. Pinky is on the ulnar side, right? So think PU, something stinks. Pinky and ulna are on the same side. So again, to recap, brachioradialis, Extensor Carpi radialis longus, Extensor Carpi radialis brevis, Extensor Digitorum, Extensor Carpi ulnaris. Now we're going to go back to that brachioradialis, and the muscle right next to it, this guy right here that crosses at an angle, this is going to be Pronator Teres. So this muscle right here, Pronator Teres, allows you to pronate your hand, which is taking your hand and moving it up towards the ceiling. Then you're going to start the flexor. So again, we're on this thumb side, right? So radial side. So this is my Flexor Carpi radialis. This muscle, if you follow it down, has this long skinny tendon that goes right to the palm of the hand. So this is my palmaris longus, right next to Flexor Carpi radialis. Then I'm going to have right next to that, Flexor Carpi ulnaris. Whoops. We'll put that back on so we can orientate it a little bit better. So again, here's my palmaris longus. Here's the muscle belly for that Flexor Carpi ulnaris, again on the pinky side. So again, Flexor Carpi radialis, palmaris longus, Flexor Carpi ulnaris. All right. Then you're going to have Flexor Digitorum, and you're going to have Flexor Digitorum superficialis. So if you look at the three muscles we just did, which were here, here, and here, this muscle that's peeking out from behind Flexor Carpi radialis that you can kind of see the belly of right back there, that's Flexor Digitorum superficialis.